you think I would look crazy with like blonde highlights?
No.
No.
Well, it depends on like the color blonde.
Oh, okay.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Okay. So my name is Jonathan London. I'm from Chicago. I am an aspiring actor, mostly film and TV. Mm-hmm. And you know, I've had a few roles in Chicago right now, but I'm trying to branch out of Chicago. Mm-hmm. I also own Go Viral Media Group. It's a marketing company, and you know, it's been really good to me. I'm kind of trying to get out of business and focus more on acting, though.
Oh, that's nice. Do you remember how we met?
Kind of. I mean, I couldn't forget hair like this, of course, but
I didn't have hair like this when we met.
Well, it's your face. I can't forget a face like that.
We're at the Lit, and I remember you had a huge fro, and I was like, I love his hair. And that's what I remember about you.
Did you tell me at that time, though?
I don't think so. You were with someone.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's ex-girlfriend, but I'm not supposed to talk about. There was some other girl that was there, and she really liked you. That's all.
But she didn't tell me?
It was like awkward.
Oh my God.
She was like telling us, and I feel like she said that she always had a crush on you or something. So you don't remember the other two girls?
I don't remember the other two girls. I have a terrible memory, you know?
Yeah, well that's what I remember.
But see, that's weird, because you know, like whenever I feel like people act awkward towards me, I always assume that they don't like me.
Really?
But then it always turns out like it's some other weird story like that.
Yeah, it was probably, she was like, I've known him since high school, and I've always liked him. And
oh, jeez.
Like, okay. Anyways, have you always had natural hair?
Since high school? You know, I mean, I've always had natural hair, but I just never let it grow out until around high school. Mm-hmm. Caused a lot of problems. They almost kicked me out. So I went to a really strict Catholic high school on the Midwest side, and you know, they really, like, even though my hair was cool with the handbook standards, you know, it wasn't, you can see like my hair doesn't really, it was a little shorter back then. It didn't go below my shoulder, and so that was the only thing that the rule was. And so they said that they would not let me have my diploma if I didn't cut my hair off.
So did you cut your hair off?
No, I fought it. I mean, I had petitioned their ass. You know, I had signatures from teachers. I was not cutting my hair. You know, like, there was this one kid who had he had dreadlocks since he was like 8 years old.
They made him cut his hair?
He cut his hair off. Like, he was bald.
Did he want to cut his hair off, or he cut it off because they threatened him?
They cut it off because he threatened him. And like,
that's horrible.
You know, I had everybody threatening me, like, even my parents, you know, like, they were spending all this money in tuition, they're like, John, you better cut your fucking hair. You know, like, they were getting really upset. But I'm like, you know, it's a lot deeper than just hair. You know, like, I'm one of the top students at this school. You know what I'm saying? I had like I think 98th percentile on the PSAT. I'm making you all look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you so worried about my hair? You know, so that was my biggest thing. I don't think my mom ever really liked it. My dad never really said much about it. Yeah, I don't think they really cared until it started causing problems at school. We only had 2 black teachers at the school. Can you believe this one teacher actually pulled me? He was a substitute for the teacher that was supposed to be there. Pulled me out of class and told me that I was making black students look bad because I'm violating the rules.
Oh wow.
And can you believe that this teacher had dreadlocks? This teacher had dreadlocks. I'm like, how the hell are you gonna tell me that I can't use my freedom to like wear my hair the way I want to, and you're in a position of power and you have hair almost similar to mine? So I can honestly say I was the first person I ever saw to wear my hair kind of like the way I wear it now.
Really? You not have a lot of black kids at your school?
No, I mean, even outside of school, I mean, I still don't see too many people that wear their hair just out like mine.
Yeah.
But you know, like, it costs a lot of attention. You know, if I'm just going to get some groceries, then I have to have like a million conversations with people. You know, like, and so I can see why a lot of people wouldn't really want to do it. It does draw a lot of attention. You have like, you walk on the bus, every single person will stare at you. Does it happen to you too?
Yeah, but I think most of the time I just forget. Or sometimes, I think once I dyed my hair, I think I noticed also more people were staring, and I was like, but I guess I don't, it's like, since I wear it so much, I don't think about it as much, so I'll just like wonder, like, why are people staring at me?
Right.
And then I'll realize, oh, it must be because of my hair.
Exactly.
But it's still like kind of awkward.
Just a little bit.
Who responds most positively to your hair when you're like out in public?
I would say, like, you know, specifically like when I'm at a casting call, or, you know, if I'm somewhere around like other photographers at an entertainment event, definitely the people that... The creative people. You know, they always come to me and, you know, really admire my hair or tell me some kind of story about like something that they've done that's similar. And so like that's the reason why I've kept it. You know, like it does separate me. It allows me to have like really good conversations with people.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I have my hair. One day it will be cut off. Hey, I'm sorry guys. One day I'm going to cut my hair off. Just a couple years ago I had a fade.
And why did you cut your hair then?
I had just graduated from college. I thought that, you know, like I wasn't going to get hired for a job unless I cut my hair off.
Mm-hmm. And did you get hired for a job after you cut your hair off?
Yeah, I got hired for a job. But I mean,
the job that you wanted?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started to figure like, okay, let me figure out what's really true to me. I'm going to keep that, and then whoever has any problem with it, okay, whatever. I'm going to find some way to, you know, make it work without, you know, without those type of people.
That makes sense.
Look at you. Your Instagram is blowing up as we talk.
Let's see, it's probably blowing up because of your picture.
Whatever.
Another like.
So I started off doing corporate sales when I had my hair short.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was still hard for me. I was still a black dude trying to sell stuff to a predominantly white society, you know.
Yeah.
And so even with my short hair, I had a hard time, you know, finding clients, and I was new to the game.
Yeah.
I learned a little bit, got some clients on board. I will admit that once I started growing my hair back out, it was harder for me to get clients.
Mm-hmm.
Now the ones that I already gotten, you know, they stuck with me. It's all good. But you know, I'm a really smart guy. At least I like to think so. And so, you know, like it just hurts that, you know, like, okay, I just grow my hair out and now all of a sudden I have a harder time selling. So at this point, I'm not really ready to cut my hair off. The business is worth, you know, maybe 6 figures, maybe 7 figures down the road. One day, I want to make millions. And so if that happens, I mean, let's say my hair brings millions. Okay, then I can pass up on all that corporate stuff because it's not even going to make enough as like much as my hair.
Yeah. So
like, and I don't even mean to say that like the entertainment industry is all revolved around my hair, but I have been able to, you know, break into that a lot quicker just because of my hair, and you know, like casting directors and stuff, you know, notice me a little bit better. So like it's kind of hard because like I'm passing up on one dream so that I can go after another dream. But you know, it would be nice if I could do both, like I was doing when I had short hair.
Let's see. So what's your favorite gig that you've done so far, acting or modeling?
Okay, so.
Or both.
I just got cast in Emmy Award-winning producer Sean Rex's new movie. Mm-hmm. So we haven't really started filming, but I've been going back and forth to Cleveland, doing some rehearsals and stuff like that. I would kind of call him a mentor and an acting coach. You know, I'd say that's probably the biggest project that I'm really looking forward to, even though I haven't really started filming. Mm-hmm. But besides that, I would say I had a very long-standing role on Boss. That was probably, I mean, just that was very early on in my career. I still had short hair. I was learning all the ropes. And, you know, people really started to notice me. You know, they kept putting me right in the middle of the camera with all the main actors. I got a chance to meet Kelsey Grammer.
That's awesome.
Sanaa Lathan, like T.I., like all types of just crazy people. And so, like, that was really what, like, set it off for me. I'm like, okay, I can do this. Mm-hmm. I walked into the room with, like, 100 people. And all of a sudden, like, all the attention is on me. It's like, I know for a fact I can.
How has your hair affected your entertainment and modeling career?
You know, I started modeling with, like, a bald head. Mm-hmm. So my girlfriend, you know, she tried to hook me up with a haircut at the time. And, you know, I told her, you know what I'm saying, just take a little off the top. She ended up cutting a bald spot in my head. So I'm like, damn. And so, like, I did that right before my first photo shoot. I was like, damn, I'm going to go on this photo shoot bald. You know, like bald.
Yeah.
But I had a good reaction. You know, like people actually liked the pictures, and so that kind of took me to the next level. Did my hair really have a role in it? I don't know. I don't think so.
Like, has it affected your career negatively?
It has. So, like, you know, like right now, I mean, I've never went to acting school. You know, I feel like I have a very strong personality, so I'm gonna make it through it. You know, I'm gonna try to, like, you know, get real good with these roles, but. Right now, like, I have different directors looking at me like, John, you know, we have a role for you. We know you don't really have the experience that most of these actors have. Would you consider cutting your hair? Like, hell, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on the role, yeah, I'll cut it all. I'll cut it bald, like, pull out the Bic and just shave it all off. But then at the same time, I haven't been cast for it yet. So they're still considering other people. You know, and so, like, there are other people that have been to acting school and done this and that, but like I look at myself as like really perseverant. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if I had shorter hair, I probably would have already had those roles.
Yeah. Well, that's.
It is a little bit.
Well, but that comes with the territory.
Everything is a life lesson.
And it's more so based on your looks for acting type stuff.
Yeah.
She said, "I'm just beginning my acting career, but have no support at home.
Okay.
What would you suggest I do to stay motivated without the encouragement from my family?"
you know, like, you have to just figure out what you want. It doesn't matter if it's acting, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, owning your own business, or even working for somebody that, you know, like, you're really passionate for. As long as you have that passion, you will figure out a way. You know, like, without the support of her family, like, what is her family really going to do to help her career?
Well,
are they going to submit the casting for her? Are they going to find her an agent? You know, like, it all comes down to her.
It's like the negative attitudes from her family is affecting her negatively, in a way. Like, she was telling me the other day that her mom was, like, asking her to help pay for whatever. And she's like, Mom, I have classes. Like, I need to pay for my classes.
Right.
She's like, well, I guess I just will only take one class a semester. I'll just take acting. And her mom's like, no, why don't you take a real class?
Right.
Like, stick with the real classes.
So she's still young, right? She's still under 25, right? Or when that happened?
She's 25.
Okay. I mean, there comes a time. So, like, my mom had the same, you know, reaction to me. Even when I was paying my own bills. Even when I was pulling in, like, crazy. I don't even want to go into specifics. I'm like, Ma, you know, like, I'm paying my own bills. Like, you know, don't worry about me. But at the same time, I understand why she's worried.
Yeah.
You know, because there are a lot of struggling actors out here that, you know, and if in a city like Chicago, if you don't make it quick enough, you will get eaten alive.
Yeah.
So you have to be really focused. You have to actually get results as you're being focused. So, like, you know, some of the roles I was doing, like, I started off in a show called Chicago-licious. They weren't paying anything for extras, right?
Really?
Yes, and I had to pay for parking. I had to pay $25 for parking to get there. So it's like, at that time, I didn't have a lot of money. Right, and so I had to just do that so I could actually have something to show, you know, results for. And so I kind of got, like, addicted to being on TV, which is, you know, like, sometimes addictions actually help you out. Like, if you're just so obsessed with something. Yeah. And so once I actually got that first one, despite the fact that it wasn't paid, I started to feel like, okay, well, how else can I get on TV? Just so happened the next gig paid $75 for 8 hours. And they asked me to come back for the next day, which I wasn't really expecting. It just happened because I put myself out there. Then all of a sudden I'm working 7 days a week on a show. And so that just blossomed, you know. So you have to get out there and actually, you know, they say faith without works is dead. So I knew I was gonna get there. So I had to put in the work and have the results to show for it. The results never go away.
Jumping around with the questions.
It's all good.
What are your thoughts on the natural hair?
I mean, when it comes down to natural hair, I've had my hair kind of like this since I was in high school. Yeah, I've cut it a few times. I never started hearing people call it natural hair until maybe a couple years ago. And so all this natural hair stuff, it's cool. I know one day it's going to fade out, just like the fros were back in the 70s, and then all of a sudden they faded out, now it's kind of coming back. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just doing me. So like the natural hair community, I feel like they're trying to follow trends, and people just happen to, you know, fall on the bandwagon when they see other people doing things. But why not have tried it 5 or 6 years ago? You know, it wasn't cool. But I was doing it back before it was cool.
It's not just a trend. It'll be something that's just normal, as opposed to people who perm their hair, because that's really damaging to your hair. But I think, yeah, it has become like a trend, but in a good way. To where most of the people who I know who transitioned from relaxed to natural hair, like, they have not gone back to relaxed hair, and they're not planning on going back to that style. So hopefully curls won't get popular again.
I think a lot of girls look better with their natural hair. So that's just my opinion, though.
You date mostly girls with natural hair, or
I don't necessarily date more girls with natural hair, but it's something that I feel is attractive because it really stands out.
Yeah.
I don't like to blend.
What is your go-to style? How do you usually wear your hair?
It depends. So if I'm going to a corporate meeting, I'll usually pull it all the way back, brush it back. I don't know if you've ever seen it like that. I look like a completely different person. If I'm going to
all the way back, like a ponytail all the way back.
Yeah, but it's not like a ponytail because it still like puffs up in the back. Okay. If I'm going to, you know, a club or something like this, sometimes I wear it like this. Sometimes I'll pull it back just a little bit. It all depends on my mood. Sometimes I even get it braided if I feel like being a little gangster, you know. So it really all depends on my mood and what I'm trying to do.
Have you ever done twist outs or anything?
No, I've never.
Always just do wash and goes.
Yeah, is that what this is?
That's called the wash and go.
Oh, okay. Learn something every day. I just want people to realize that you can really be whoever you want to be. I'm trying to change the world with my hair. I mean, there are a lot of people that I've really had to, you know, have a lot of conflict with just because of my hair, especially in the business world. But really there's a deeper reason why I have this hair. It's because I'm trying to change the world. So I believe that acting is the platform for me to do that, so that I can get those roles that are typically only given to people like Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp. I want people to be able to look at a black person in the same light, be able to respect them in the same way that they respect those type of actors. And you know, I'm going to work hard just like those actors did. But I want to be able to wear my natural hair in the same type of roles that a Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp would.
Definitely. Not have it be something.
Exactly.
It's a big deal.
Exactly.
It should be normal.
And I really respect people like Denzel Washington and Terrence Howard and people that have really worked hard within their own brand. But, you know, like there's so many other variations of African American people. But we don't really, I mean, besides Corbin Blue and maybe a couple other people, we don't really have anybody that has really hit the, you know, hit the market and being able to like deliver to a wide audience.
Yeah.
And so, you know, like, I'm trying to change the world here. So, you know, people that can naturally be themselves can have the same opportunities as other people that may not look like them, but you may just be as qualified or even more qualified for what those people are doing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for coming out today. It's fun interviewing you.
Thank you. It's nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. We'll see you guys later.
Peace.